I feel like winter is a time where a lot of us push and push for results and really being in our productive masculine energy. But nature all around us is literally telling us, screaming at us to take a minute, slow down, and rest. In the winter, trees lose their beauty. They take months to regain their strength and to rest with the rest of the world around them. They do this so that by the time the sun starts shining again, they have the strength to create the most beautiful leaves, flowers, and blossoms. And just like trees, we need to prioritize our stillness and our rest, especially in the winter. The days are shorter for a reason, and the cold makes us more sleepy for a reason. This doesn't mean we still can't accomplish our goals. It means we have to give ourselves more room for slowness and more grace for not being productive all the time. Because of our hustle culture that we're surrounded by, it can be hard to listen to our bodies and the nature around us. So how do we balance slowness while making strides to reach our goals? What do we do when we don't feel like doing anything? In our fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like you always have to be productive. Burnout often happens because you're pushing yourself too hard for too long. So give yourself permission to rest. Stop doing non-essential tasks and start just doing the absolutely necessary ones. Take days off. Dedicate at least one full day to doing absolutely nothing. No work, no obligations, just rest and relaxation. And create boundaries. Say no to those to give you more space to recharge and refuel yourself. And connect with nature. Spending time in nature has been proven to reduce stress and overall well-being. According to research published in the Frontiers in Psychology, even just a 20-minute walk in nature can significantly reduce your cortisol or your stress hormone. So take a walk outdoors. Find a local park or a local trail and immerse yourself in the sights and the smells and the sounds of the nature and the beauty of it around you. Now, I know a lot of people like to listen to podcasts when they go on walks. I'm hands up, guilty too. But sometimes we need a walk just in nature without any other stimulus. We just need to focus on what we see and how beautiful everything around us is. And then practice grounding. I know it's freezing outside, but if you can walk in the grass or even just in your home, practice being barefoot on the hardwood floor and just ground yourself into the earth and just feel supported by the earth under you. And plan outdoor breaks. Whether you're working a 9 to 5 or you have the luxury of making your own hours, take breaks. Take 5-minute breaks every hour and go outside. Go look outside a window. Go open up a window and smell the breeze. Do something that brings your mind away from the hustle culture and the corporate world that you're living in and bring it out into nature. Now, again, it's winter here, so this can be really hard to do because of how cold it is outside. So, one thing I kind of started doing was going to nurseries. So, you can find these at grocery stores or um, just like plant stores, and going inside, a lot of them have those nurseries that are heated and it's really moist and humid in there. So go in there and go kind of get a sense of what it's going to feel like when summer finally does come. And it's nice to see those colorful flowers even in the winter. So that's kind of something I just started doing, and I kind of just found out about doing it. I was like, "Oh, this is so cool," because now I feel like a teaser of the spring and what the summer is going to feel like in the middle of winter. So just spend time in there. It's probably going to be a little bit awkward if you're just like sitting there for hours and hours, but just walk around. You can pretend that you're shopping, make it look natural, but whatever, who cares if someone thinks you're weird. And then try to force yourself to go on walks, even in the winter. Just bundle up, wear a hat, wear a scarf, wear a big coat, and go for a walk, even if it's only a 10-minute walk. It's really good to get out there into nature and smell the fresh air. Another thing, we're lacking so much vitamin D in the winter because the UV index is so low. It's 0 almost every single day. So it takes longer for us to get the vitamin D. So make sure you're still going outside, even if you're just sitting out there for 10 minutes to get some vitamin D. A lot of people get seasonal depression because of the lack of vitamin D. So if you're one of those people, supplement with vitamin D. There's a bunch of easy little vitamin D drops. I don't think they're too expensive either. Yeah, mix that with going outside as much as you can. And then reconnect with your breath and your body. Burnout often leaves us disconnected from ourselves, mentally and physically. So rebuilding this connection is a key to feeling grounded again. So practice deep breathing or meditation. If you're feeling really overstimulated and very nervous, you can try the box breathing method. So this is just picking a number. So say 4 and breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, and breathing out for 4 seconds. Or some people do breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, and then doubling it. So breathing out for 8 seconds. This really helps calm your nervous system. But in general, we should be planning time for this mindfulness and this brain and body connection time every single day. Maybe that's taking on a yoga class. Maybe that's just playing a Pilates video online. Maybe that's playing a meditation online and just listening to it. But carve out 10 minutes, 20 minutes, as much time as you can to this mindfulness to really set your intentions for yourself and figure out what you want to be doing and what you need to do to make yourself feel better, because you know the answer, you kind of just have to find it. So you don't have to jump into meditating for 2 hours every day. You don't have to be a monk. It's actually really hard to get started meditating. Often our brain just kind of runs wild, and it's really frustrating to get yourself to get your mind still. So start small, maybe just a 5 or 10 minute guided meditation. There's a bunch of free ones on Spotify or Apple Music, and then try going longer and longer and eventually making it unguided. So you just listen to music or you don't listen to anything. With this, try signing up for a yoga class or a Pilates class. This can be a slow night yoga class. It doesn't have to be intense at all, but feeling just the positive energy in the room from everyone trying to slow their breath and to be mindful and to practice mindfulness, it's really powerful. Also, for an hour straight, you're not going to be able to be on your phone. So that's another great thing. You kind of get a little bit of that phone detox. And then find what truly makes you happy or creative. They kind of tie hand in hand with each other. So when you're burned out, joy can feel very, very distant. Like nothing makes you happy. So reconnecting with those hobbies or those activities that make you feel kind of like your child self coming out of you, you want to do more of those. So reflect on joy. Take out a journal, take out a pen and paper, even your notes app on your phone, and write out all the things that make you happy, all the activities that make you happy, or the things that made you happy when you were a child. Were they hobbies? Were they creative projects? Or just simple pleasures that you've now neglected altogether? So for me, riding a bike or doing an arts and craft or reading a book, all these things make me happy. And a lot of times I neglect them because our priorities are kind of set on productive things, and those things can seem not productive. And start small with this too. Dedicate 15 minutes a day to doing one of these activities that you listed out. Or maybe on your day off, you write out a list and you tell yourself you're going to do every single one of these and see how much you end up smiling throughout the day. And then also experiment with new things that might make you happy that you didn't even know existed or you didn't know would make you happy. I've really been experimenting with my creative side and allowing myself to try new hobbies and activities. So I actually just took up air dry clay. So I bought a thing of air dry clay. It was like $12, and I started making it's actually a lot harder than it looks, but I started making little dishes or little bowls. And so honestly, I kind of get sucked into it. An hour will go by and I didn't even realize. So things like that, when time goes by and it goes by really quick and you don't realize how much time just went by, those are the things you want to do more of. And then give yourself a phase of just doing the bare minimum. Burnout recovery doesn't mean jumping right back into your jam-packed schedule and deciding now's the time to completely change your life. So instead, focus on only the essentials for a period of time. Maybe that's a month, maybe it's the whole winter season. So cut back to the basics. Identify what is truly necessary, like work, food, sleep, and basic self-care, and let go of everything else temporarily. And communicate these needs. Let your loved ones and your friends know that you're scaling back and really need their support from a distance, that you just need some time to yourself. And take it slow. Reintroduce new responsibilities or your old responsibilities back gradually over time, and allow days of doing absolutely nothing. Sometimes the best way to recover and the fastest way to recover is to just stop and rest for a full day. Plan an unrestricted day. So give yourself permission to sleep in and take naps and read books and watch a movie. Plan a day just for yourself, no one to interrupt you, no responsibilities, and do a day of complete unproductivity. And avoid guilt. Remember that rest is productive and essential for long-term well-being, so we need to rest. So don't ever feel guilty about needing an extra hour of sleep or needing a nap throughout the day. And savor the stillness. Use this time to be present. Maybe you meditate, maybe you do some easy yoga, and then reconnect with your loved ones. Burnout can make us feel very isolated. So, spending time, quality time with supportive people can remind you that you're not alone. So, call up a friend, call up a family member, and just talk to them about how you're feeling, and or maybe not, maybe talk about something completely unrelated that just takes your mind off of it, or plan low energy meetups. These are my favorite, where you call up a friend and just go to a coffee shop and you have nothing planned for an hour or an hour and a half, and you can just talk and drink coffee. Or maybe a movie night at someone's house where you just take out some popcorn and you watch a movie. Super low maintenance, you don't really have to do anything, and you can just relax with them. Or even just reading a book together. This is one of my favorites. Just and then you kind of completely immerse yourself in the book and you feel like you're still being productive because you're with a friend. So it's kind of that's one of my favorite ones to do. And then sometimes burnout gets so bad that we need to seek professional help, whether this is therapy or life coaching or online resources. Know there are things out there. If it feels like it's too much for you to handle, reach out to someone. They can make your problem seem a lot smaller and give you actionable steps like this. So maybe you can watch more YouTube videos, or if you need an actual person like a therapist, I know a lot of online resources like BetterHelp make therapy super easy. This is not sponsored. Burnout is a sign that you need to rest and prioritize your well being. By slowing down, reconnecting with nature, and focusing on what truly matters, you can recover and build a life that feels balanced and fulfilling, even during the darkest days of the year. So take these steps today and remember that it is okay to rest. Thank you guys for watching Growing Up and Growing Well, Navigating Health and Wellness Throughout Your 20s. My name's Lauren, and I really hope this episode helps you guys. I know I feel the seasonal depression a lot when the days are really dark and really cold and you can't go outside. It's harder to move your body, it's harder to eat well and prioritize our health and our well-being. So I hope you take some of these steps and incorporate them into your life now, and hopefully it'll help you get rid of this burnout feeling that you're feeling. And make sure you like and subscribe. Bye, guys.